working with as many Nepali brands as I can in this podcast, as many as I can. But of course, I don't have a choice. Sometimes you definitely don't have a choice. Let's start with. Are we rolling? Of course, we're always rolling. How did you get started with the SJ Moto though? No, rather than that, let's talk about how did you get started with the YouTube though?
कस्तो भयो भने everything has to go digital now, and यो lockdown कोले दुईटा जुन lockdown भयो, we realized it more than ever. हैन किनभने lockdown अगाडि lockdown को blessing भन्छु म. lockdown को blessing के हो भने मेरो business मा पनि personal life मा पनि, whether it's marketing, branding, both ways, we all said okay, business मा पनि ल पछि जाउँला नि हैन. This year let's have our website up, let's have our social media handles up. We'll do it next year for the other brands. Always procrastinating and next year. But then the lockdown hit. And then everything thappa. And then what do? So we said, okay, now let's fast track. And immediately within the 2 months of Band, I was selling from ice cream to cars and motorcycles online. We went in, we made apps, we went on social media, on our Facebook. We connected with logistic partners for delivery, payment partners, and we started selling. Booking for motorcycle, cars to delivery of ice cream over a period of 2 months. And I think we're the first ice cream company to start deliveries. So then that is a blessing in disguise. Then we realized you have to be online. And another side of it is, why just business? You know, if I have my social media pages, where I can reach to 50,000 people, 100,000 people. That makes my voice heard to the people who actually want to listen to what I have to say. And that you can make a huge impact. So similarly, YouTube ma, of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is there. Then the official pages of the company are there. But personally, YouTube ma chai, there is a huge 2 aspects. One is a personal branding aspect for the brand SJ Moto. Secondly, business. Monetization. That is the future. You know, they say no, you can make money while sleeping. So this is it.
I know.
You know, so various tie-up with various brands. But larger than that, what we wanted to do with SJ Moto was not just promote automotive content. Of course, we want to do crazy things, which I think in the coming future we'll try and do some crazy things with the craziest machines. विश्वभरि भन्दैन म नेपालमै छ craziest machines and we have the craziest places. So we're going to take the craziest machines and do the craziest things in the craziest places. That content, but at the same time promote Nepal. Craziest places भन्दा we have the most amazing, beautiful destinations in Nepal.
You have so many motorcycles. How many do you have? 37 to 45, so you have it at the moment, right? SJ Moto mein.
Badi hola. I wanted to have as many motorcycles as my age, but something went wrong, and then now I seem to have many more, which I'm not complaining.
Well, you're gonna have definitely a lot, you know. First, how does it work internationally? You know, limited motorcycles are made. You know, you've met these people as well, and you hang out with these people as well. How does it work? Limited edition motorcycle, of course, you want to get it. Everybody wants to get it. You know? How does that work? Why limited edition? Why do people make very limited things in the world?
I think it's the concept of feeling special. It's the concept of exclusivity, and business-wise, when something is not available, there is a demand, more demand for it. And it's a niche, and you can charge higher profit margins. But over a time, it becomes an investment. I wouldn't say hobby. I always say hobby with the I, because it's an investment also. Because it's there, reflecting certain theme, certain culture, or some uniqueness, which is not available over a certain number of quantities. So there is demand for these products. And of course, the happiness of ownership of such an exclusive machine gives the owner a lot of joy. So त्यो भएर चाहिँ अलिकति demand बढ्छ. But not all limited editions. Of course, it comes with a theme. Like I have 2 Honda CBR 1000 RR fire blades. One is a 20th anniversary edition and one is a 25th anniversary edition. So it's a MotoGP ko legacy देखि लिएर the fire blade, which is now the 6th, 7th generation machine, hitting 20th and 25th anniversary marks is something special,
of course,
for motorcycle enthusiasts. So similarly, I think that really is a part of history. Even in SJ Moto, I mean, it's not just about experiencing. धेरै साथीहरूले के भन्छ भने you asking किन SJ Moto सुरु गर्यो, हैन? So it was not intentional. I have this love for machines, and I do try and pick up bikes when I can, but these big bikes are expensive.
Of course.
So motorcycle त एउटा दुईटा किन्ला वर्षमा ठुलो सुपर बाइक तर त्यो सँगसँगै I started hunting for old motorcycles, which started with my father's Dax 70, which is still one of my favorite. And it's a small motorcycle which he used to ride around town, and he used to go see my mother in Padma Kanya campus. And it was a funny sight because it's a small mini bike and he's like almost 6 feet tall.
There you go. We have it. यही भन्नुभयो.
Oh, this is the Dax 70.
यो चाहिँ उसलाई दिनुभयो के अरे engineer-सँग थियो अनि खोजेर ल्याएको हैन.
Yes. So he used to ride this bike in his youth, and then he sold it to one of my engineers. And I came back and I bought it back, restored it. And this also has a lot of history in Honda. It's also in the Honda collection hall, Motegima Honda collection hall, but a two collection also, from the F1 machines to the MotoGP machines to all the unique models they have there. And this is also there. So this is one of my prized possessions. And it's about history. And अब नेपालमा कस्तो हो भने त्यहाँ हिस्ट्री पनि झल्किनु पर्यो र मलाई के लाग्छ भने नेपालमा अटोमोबाइल टु व्हीलर भन्नु साथै हाम्रो पर्सेप्सन गभर्नमेन्टको पर्सेप्सन विलासताको वस्तु हो हामी भन्छौँ कहाँ विलासताको वस्तु हो दिज आर पिपल मुभर्स यो त आवश्यकताको वस्तु हो र तपाईहरुले किन यत्रो ड्युटी एउटा मोटरसाइकल नेपालमा किन्यो भने इन्डियामा दुईटा आउँछ एउटा गाडी नेपालमा किन्यो भने त्यही मूल्यमा तीनटा आउँछ
कसरी हुन्छ लेट मी इन्टरप्ट यु राइट हाउ डज इट वर्क हैन कसरी हुन्छ 1 लाख पर्ने मोटरसाइकल भनौं न भारू 1 लाख पर्ने 160 पर्यो हैन 1 लाख पर्ने मोटरसाइकलले नेपालसम्म आइपुग्दाखेरि हाउ डज इट वर्क मोटरसाइकलमा चाहिँ कसरी काम गर्छ
सिम्पली देयर इज 100% ड्युटी फर 100 to 156 सीसी को क्याटेगोरीमा 100 and then from 150 to 250 it goes higher 250 to 400 higher 4 to 800 higher अनि above 800 higher सो पहिला त एउटै क्लासिफिकेसन थियो सीसी वाइज अब त 100 देखि 200 300% ड्युटी भइसक्यो मोटरसाइकलमा गाडीमा 300% ड्युटी छ ड्युटी नै त्यत्रो छ सो ड्युटीको कारणले महँगो हुन गयो बट व्हाट वी आर सेइङ एज एन्टरप्रेन्योर्स नट बिकज वी वान्ट टु सेल मोर या अफ कोर्स वी वान्ट टु सेल मोर बट वी वान्ट टु प्रोवाइड मोबिलिटी टु द पिपल द मोर मोबाइल पिपल आर मोर एफिसिएन्टली विथ लेस टाइम एनी पर्सन क्यान गो फ्रम पोइन्ट ए टु पोइन्ट बी त्यति बढी हाम्रो समय बच्छ त्यति बढी हामी एफिसिएन्ट हुन्छौँ नेपालमा हामी हेर्नुस् जतिसुकै कराए पनि इभन आई वान्ट अ मास ट्रान्सपोर्ट सिस्टम आई वान्ट सबवेज आई वान्ट बिग रेल्स ट्रेन्स टु टेक मी बिकज देयर इज पार्किङको समस्या छ विभिन्न समस्या छ आई वुड टेक इट इफ इट वाज सेफ सिक्योर एन्ड क्लिन बट वी डोन्ट ह्याभ द्याट द रोड इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर छैन सो वाट आर पिपल मुभिङ अन
टु व्हीलर्स
सो वाइ डु वी हेभ 100% ड्युटी अर्थतन्त्रमा कति योगदान गरेको छ टु व्हीलरले जुम्ला हुम्लासम्म सामान बोकेर ल यु सी दी सुपर बाइक्स बट हाउ मेनी अफ दी सुपर बाइक्स डु वी सेल इन अ इयर 10 वटा नेपालमा 2,50,000 भन्दा बढी वार्षिक रूपले एउटा चाहिँ अरु मोटरसाइकलहरु कम्युटर मोटरसाइकल्स बिक्री हुन्छ हुम्ला जुम्ला सामान ओसार पसार गर्ने बच्चालाई स्कुल पुर्याउने अफिस जाने सबै र मेबी लिटल बिट रेक्रिएसनल अल्सो इट गिव्स वी डोन्ट सेल मोटरसाइकल्स आई से इन शाकार एज होन्डा वी सेल independence, we sell freedom, we sell empowerment. And more than 50% of our customers are now women.
Of course. Dio, I'll say this, Dio was one of the first brands that my sisters bought. I know, till today we still have it at home. So these are brands that are embedded in our system. त्यो चाहे पनि नचाहे पनि त्यो Honda Dio भन्ने बित्तिकै त्यो थाहा भइहाल्छ के हुन्छ नि हैन त्यो छ कसै सबैको घरमा एक एकवटा कतै न कतैबाट छ हुन्छ नि and we thank Honda for that.
And I thank your sister for choosing Honda.
Of course, because it has changed the way. There's one word that you used, I know that's so big to me: freedom. त्यो freeness जब पाउँछौँ नि हामीले हैन of course अहिले त अब हामी डेमोक्रेसी नै छौँ हैन त्यो freedom जुन हामीले पाउँछौँ नि हैन त्यो freedom is so important, and we're very thankful that, like you said, two-wheelers give you that freedom. We definitely right. There's one thing that I was reading yesterday. I want to jump into that right away. Did you hear this? Valentino Rossi. Did you hear this? Valentino Rossi just retired. Last night I was like looking it up, and then he just retired as well. And as a band, I was talking about it on my radio show as well. And whenever you think of bikes, one of the first things you think about is Valentino Rossi. When was the time you remembered Valentino Rossi?
I think he's had a long association with MotoGP, and he's one of the champions. I mean, not just on the track, on and off the track. So people do look up to him, because this is something that Valentino Rossi represents more than just MotoGP. It's about the passion, it's about the dedication and the excellence, which inspires a lot of people. So it's not just a sport. and you're risking everything for it and giving every bit of your time, energy, and that's how you become so talented, right? So that dedication is what gets him that fan following.
Yeah.
So I think that is something amazing, and that is something that I personally try to replicate in life, personal as well as professional.
Yeah.
To be at the pinnacle. A lot of blood, sweat, tears, dedication is there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do get this, and I just made a post today online. People see me, and or anyone for that matter, you see you and all the people who come on the show. Ekdam safal mancheharu, they have it easy. But behind that, there's a lot of hard work. It's not just social media. Is just it just you show people what you want to.
So true.
Instagram is something that's more lifestyle, automobile products. Facebook could be more family, then Twitter becomes a little bit more serious business-wise. Yeah. But anyway, what you want to show people is what people see. But behind that, there is a lot of hard work, dedication. And I think people need to realize that, in business, to be successful, you have to go through a lot of failures.
So true.
Failures, you learn from your failures. And I would go a step further to communicate to the young people and the entrepreneurs. Yeah, you learn from your failures. But sometimes I realized, why would you learn from your failures? Maybe only stupid people realize from their failures. Why don't you learn from the failures of others? Mentorship ko concept ma. Because in certain businesses, you say, oh, ma yo garsu, tyo garsu. You don't need to start from scratch. Unless you're going Elon Musk, you want to go to you want to go to Mars, no one can help you. You need to start from scratch. No one's gone to Mars.
Yeah.
But 99.99% of the ideas that you have, the business that you have, a lot of people have done it. So if you have a mentor who can guide you through the process, you don't need to start from 1 to get to 10. You can start from 5.
Yeah.
And you learn from the mistakes that the mentor has made. He says, "Bhai, मैले यो गर्दा त प्याकेजिङमा यो प्रब्लम थियो, क्वालिटी कन्ट्रोलमा यो प्रब्लम थियो, हिसाब राख्दा कर बुझाउन यो समस्या थियो, यसरी कर बुझाउनु पर्छ, यसरी बिजनेस सस्टेनेबल हुनुपर्छ." Then your learning curve grows up so much faster. You don't make the mistakes he's already made, and you succeed faster. So the mentorship ko concept is very important. अहिले उद्यमशीलताको कुराहरु छौं हामी, startups हरु आइराछन्. So go out there, get someone who is experienced to guide you. That will make a world of a difference to start up your businesses. So
true. I completely agree with you. We talked about so many different things right now, and I'll jump back. Open that right away, and then I'll jump back to the conversation that we were having. Open this right away. What happened? What's wrong? Malai saying personally, this man actually changed my life when it comes to motorcycles. This man actually changed my life when it comes to motorcycles. Hang up his leathers at the end of the season and bring an illustrious 25-year Grand Prix career. And there's so many podium finishes that he did. When you're watching this man do what he does with his machine too, you are a part of it. You feel a part of it as well. Again, switching back to our conversation, what he's done, what he's achieved, it's taken him a lot of time. What you are trying to achieve as well with SJ Moto, and with all the things that you're trying to do, and with the things that you just said, being a mentor, or just showing people that, okay, यो path पनि लिन मिल्छ है, अथवा यसरी पनि गर्न मिल्छ है भन्दाखेरि, what do young people tell you when you meet them? You meet a lot of young people, and especially when I'm sure they DM you or they send you messages. What are the things that people really want though?
I think people want to know how to succeed. They always see the success. But my question to them is that, one is that, I will come back to the concept of passion and excellence. So I always ask them, that's great, but what do you want to do? Are you happy doing it? And are you willing to commit to it? Commitment, consistency, and continuity are the 3 C's. That's my mantra for success. And while doing it, are you having fun along the way? You don't want to be stuck with something that every day you dread getting up and going to work. You should be smiling, happy doing it. So with that passion and commitment, if you do something, you will achieve excellence. Otherwise, it's just going there for the hell of doing it, whether it's office job, whether it's accounting, whether it's marketing, whether it's a MotoGP, whether it's you want to become a race, you want to become an artist, you will not achieve excellence. Mediocrity is not acceptable. So find what you want to do in life. What is your purpose in life? Some people want to be famous. Some people want to be rich. Great. Some people want to serve social service. Some people want to be artists. Some people want to have a political ambition and change, make larger change. All great. You want to go to the moon. Great. But you have to have that passion, conviction, and commitment. Then you will achieve your goals. Or else, I mean, you're just, sometimes you want to do this, you want to do that, you're not even happy. So another thing very important for me is heart at peace, I would call it.
Heart at peace. Could you describe that?
Heart at peace भने कस्तो हो भने जेसुकै कुरा गरे पनि
No.
how much ever success, how much ever money, how much ever whatever you have, if you're not happy inside, your heart is not at peace, you're not happy, what is the purpose of life? Right? So it really matters whether you are at peace at yourself. If you are, as I say, heart at peace, then you can think about how you want to grow further.
Yeah.
What are the factors that I'm in business.
Oh.
My objective is, firstly, my responsibility, I have around 3,000 employees in Jyoti Group. Directly. Indirectly, I have around 10,000 to 15,000 families and other associates. So my first responsibility is towards them. I need to take care of them. Right? I need to take care of my employees, their families, and my associates. Around 15,000 people. That's a huge responsibility.
Very big.
And we work, there's no time. You have a job 10 to 6, that's fine. We're working sometimes 24 hours or generally 12 hours a day you're working. So when I take care of these, my people, my extended family of 15,000 people, they take care of my customers. I don't take care of my customers. मेरो त के एउटा टाउको दुईटा हात छ म के नि गरौँ 12वटा 15वटा बिजनेस छ. My people, from my managers to the people on my shop floor, in my factory or my showrooms, take care of my customers. How I treat them, I expect them to treat. Whatever you do, बच्चाहरूलाई पनि त्यही हो नि के भन्छ. How you behave with your children, the children will behave similarly.
100%.
So how I behave my employees with respect, with dignity, as a team, they take care of my customers. My customers are taken care of, the company grows. And then at a certain point, you realize it's not just your company. You need to go beyond your company. Nepalma, see, we say Nepalma ramro bhayena, yo bhayena, tyo bhayena. Nepal is doing great. We have an average GDP growth of 7%. Our GDP per capita is reaching 1,197. We are going to a middle income group. Urbanization is around 20%. Pugisakya cha. Inflation rate is only at 5.4%, which is controlled. So we're doing great. But imagine the society doesn't have money. We are facing a problem. Inflation rates go up. Disposable income is छैन. मेरो मोटरसाइकल कसले किन्छ? मेरो डन्डी कसले किन्छ घर बनाउनलाई? कसैले किन्न सक्दैन. नसकेपछि business itself will go down. So it's a win-win situation. Not getting the biggest slice of the cake, but making the cake bigger. So आफ्नो company बाहिर, you need to take care. आफ्नो समाजप्रति पनि आफ्नो दायित्व पुरा गर्नु पर्यो. You need to give back to the society. And then a step further, as your businesses become bigger, the nation at large. Maintain transparent businesses, pay your taxes, work with the government for policy formulations so that the policies actually support a conducive atmosphere for business. The cost of business goes down, the ease of business goes up. अनि अर्थतन्त्र चलायमान भएर एउटा चाहिँ हामीले समृद्धिको जुन सपना देखेका छौँ नि त्यो साकार गर्नु पर्यो नि त.
Of course.
जब इम्प्लोइमेन्ट क्रिएट बिगेस्ट प्रब्लम इज युथ अनइम्प्लोइमेन्ट. हेर्नुहोस् जेसुकै भन 10 वर्ष अगाडिको द्वन्द्वकालको कुरा गरौँ. वाइ डिड वी हेभ अ सिभिल वार? नेपालमा मात्रै होइन संसारभरि नै किन अनरेस्ट हुन्छ, किन वार हुन्छ? when the youth are dissatisfied.
True.
अनि द्वन्द्वमा जान्छ. यहाँ पनि त्यही हो. So if we can create wealth, we can create an atmosphere, a positive atmosphere in investment, opportunities, the youth will be absorbed in constructive activities. And peace हुन्छ, and growth. Youth are very much म जहिले पनि भन्छु like hydropower. So hydropower के हुन्छ? If you can channel the power of the youth constructively, you generate electricity.
So true.
But you cannot control that. भन्यो भने ध्वस्त हुन्छ, floods, damage, destruction. So we need to channel the energy of the youth and create opportunities in Nepal for them. Job creation for youth to address the issue of youth unemployment, or I would even say underemployment. Unemployment is also an issue. Because you're an MBA graduate, you're getting a pay of around 15,000, 16,000. You're not getting opportunities as per your qualifications. So त्यो पनि हेरेर if we can create that atmosphere here for the youth, हाम्रो विकास चाहिँ तीव्र गतिमा हामी we need to fast track it. Nepal will develop. I am not worried. The youth are much more capable. You also fall in there. म पनि अब युवा भन्दै भन्दै सबै कपाल फुलिसक्यो.
छैन त्यति साह्रो छैन.
नेपालमा प्रगति हुन्छ. But my concern is within my lifetime will I see it? How can we fast track the growth of Nepal so that देशमा के अब विश्वभरि चिनोस् न नेपालमा हामी कहाँ के छैन भन्नु न.
यसमा म एक दुई थोक एड गर्छु है सर. अस्ति बसेर इलन मस्कको हेर्दै थिएँ होइन. बोथ अफ अस लभ दिस गाई होइन. देयर इज क्रिएटिङ दिस थिङ्स कल्ड स्टारसिप्स. I'm sure you've heard about this, I know. So plan is by 1940s, 1950s सम्ममा चाहिँ making human race interstellar travelers, होइन, going to another planet, settling in another planet, होइन. त्यो at least हाम्रो lifetime मा हामीले देख्लौँ, होइन. Most probably we'll see that, होइन. What are you trying to pull? Starships? Yeah, that's not the starship. There's another one, होइन. वर्षभरिमा he's creating 100 starships, होइन. I'll come back to the point. हिजो Jack Maको बारेमा I was watching some video and then Jack Ma was saying this, you know. What he said was, I don't know mathematics. मलाई accounting आउँदैन. मलाई marketing आउँदैन. मैले कम्प्युटर 2000 कतिमा सियाटल जाँदाखेरि देखेको हो. म फर्केर आइसकेपछि मैले यस्तो गर्छु भनेर चाइनामा गएर कम्पनी रेजिस्ट्रारको अफिसमा जाँदाखेरि दे डिड नट नो द वर्ड कल्ड इन्टरनेट. आई कुड नट रेजिस्टर माई कम्पनी समथिङ जिङजाओ के थियो, इन्टरनेट कम्पनी थियो होइन. इन्टरनेट भनेको शब्दै थिएन. सो त्यहाँ कसरी रेजिस्टर गर्ने त होइन. सो द गभर्मेन्ट डिन्ट वान्ट टु रेजिस्टर. अनि मैले त्यो गभर्मेन्टको मान्छेहरूलाई सबैजनालाई ल्याएर चाहिँ मैले त्यो देखाएको थिएँ उनीहरूलाई, हुन्छ नि होइन, कि यसरी हो यो इन्टरनेट भनेको भनेर होइन. Now, when I was watching this, he also said, I don't know accounting, I don't know marketing, I don't know so many different things. But I know I'm a good CEO because I know who to hire. I know how to lead. मलाई at least good CEO भन्न त आयो नि त होइन. मैले lead गर्न त सकेँ नि त भनेर. That's what Jack Ma said. That's what these people are trying to do. That's what Elon Musk is trying to do as well. Vision. That is something that is missing, don't you think so? Visionary leadership मात्र होइन, visionary, every individual should be visionary जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई चाहिँ, हुन्छ नि होइन. If I perceive that मैले पनि, हुन्छ नि होइन, मैले गरेको काम चाहिँ अर्को पुस्ताको लागि अथवा त्यसपछिको पुस्तासम्म पुग्छ भने त्यहाँबाट अगाडि बढ्नु पर्यो नि त. त्यो एउटा भिजन चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. What do you think on this?
यसमा मेरो दुई प्रकारले भिजनलाई हेर्न सकिन्छ.
हजुर.
एउटा त हेर्नु, no one is an overnight success. Generally, overnight success takes you around 10 years. होइन, अब सफलता देख्छ तर धेरै मेहनत लाग्या हुन्छ. तर त्यो भन्दै पनि पर्सनली प्रोफेसनली सबैको एउटा चाहिँ लङ टर्म भिजन हुनैपर्छ. पर्सनली वाट आई डु इज द्याट 10 years down the line, where do I see myself? Personally and professionally. Heर्नुहोस्, there has to be a balance. If professionally you are not ambitious, you don't see yourself with a family, being happy with your friends, you know, what's the meaning of life? So there has to be a balance between professional and personal life. So professionally and personally, where do you see yourself 10 years down the line? You need to be clear about it. Then you break it down into 5 years, then yearly, monthly, and then daily you work on those goals. So त्यो हिसाब भयो भने एउटा चाहिँ त्यो हिसाबले if you actually work towards it, you will be there. Your vision will be realized into a reality when you're 10 years down the line. Otherwise, if you just have a vision and you don't act on it, it's not going to happen. One.
True.
Secondly, a lot of people, what I realized personally from my learning is that as a CEO, as a chairman of the company, I go into my office and I get busy with daily works, you know. I check sahi garyo, sarano kura auncha, you know, there are some problems, you're always firefighting, you know, accounts ko kura auncha. So are you a glorified accountant? Are you a marketing manager? Are you a production manager? HR ko problems. So you get so much engrossed in the day-to-day activities that you forget your role. What is your role as a CEO? What is your role as a chairman? You have a vision for the company. You want to grow it. You want to make innovative approaches, new products, new services. So when do you have the time to think about that? So slowly, as you said, get professionals. See, an organization is not run by people. You know, not where you have a good accountant, you have a good marketing person, he'll come and थर्काउँछ तिमीलाई ए म छोड्छु है अब भनेपछि ए हैन बस हैन तिम्रो तलब बढाइदिन्छु. Right? It happens a lot of times.
Of course.
So what we do is that you develop a system. The system takes care of the company so that no matter what people come in and out, of course you need to have good competent people, but the system runs the company. So once the system runs the company, you can take a breather, you can step back and then look at your vision for the company. And then you have a larger picture and you work on that because your job is that. You know, accountant le accounts hernu paryo, marketing le marketing hernu paryo, production le production. That is their job. But as a leader, as you say, whether it's even politically it would apply, even in businesses it would apply, you have to see where your company is heading, how you want to improve the company. As per the vision and mission of the company, it depends, you know. But the larger picture, we often miss out because we're too much working on the nitty-gritties and the details. And does that matter? That someone else, couldn't you delegate that to someone else? So, त्यो पनि vision ma it makes a difference, you know. Elon Musk, I'm sure he doesn't know how to fly a rocket ship.
Of course not.
I don't even know if he drives.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he invented a autonomous car.
Yeah.
You know.
No, he just wanted to chill out.
I'm just saying, of course he knows how to drive. But I mean, you know, what I'm saying is that, you know, I mean, he's thinking so many steps ahead of people. You know, now they're thinking of going to Mars. At $500,000, he says, I'll take you to Mars.
Yeah.
You know? So that's uncharted territory and that's a huge leap for mankind. So we have to think out of the box. Out of the box hunda ke huncha bhane it's like a tortoise kya. A tortoise bhane, you know, agadi badhnलाई ke गर्नु पर्छ? He can't walk with his head inside the shell.
Never.
He has to stick his neck out to move forward. So similarly, you need to stick your neck out to make progress. But take calculated risks. You know, you need to take calculated risks. You need to do your market research. You need to work with people, have the best team, and realize your vision.
What is the way out? Before I jump into NYEF, and I definitely want to talk about NYEF as well and your experience there as well. And what do you think is the way out? And Nepalko कुरा गर्दाखेरि के हैन, it always bothers me. Couple of things that bother me. And one of the things that bothers me is, and I want to talk to you about this. जे कुरा पनि हामी इम्पोर्ट गर्छौं. Majority हामी इम्पोर्ट गर्छौं त हैन. म यही टेबलमा right at this desk on the podcast I've talked with so many different people. I've talked with creators who are creating things, हैन. उहाँहरुको व्यापार, उहाँहरुको बिजनेसले चाहिँ नेपाली प्रोडक्ट्सहरु बनाइराछ. I've sat down with people right here in this podcast who import things, who have created thousands of jobs, but it relies majority on somebody else's R&D, some other country, some other organizations, concepts, which are imported. You know? So what's your take? What is the balance for Nepal? How do we balance things out? Keeping in mind that we definitely have the dragon and we definitely have the lion in two sides. You know? How do we balance things out?
This is one of the major concerns. मेरो पनि personally पनि र देशमै पनि यो ठुलो एउटा ट्रेड डेफिसिट को कुरा भइरहेछ, आत्मनिर्भरताको कुरा भइरहेछ र मेड इन नेपाल भन्छौं हैन. Who are the largest consumers of Nepalese products? You and me, right?
Us.
नेपालको युवा हो हैन. र आज पनि यहाँ हामीले के नेपाली लुगा लगाइरहेछौं. मेरो I have a foreign watch. Of course, this is made in Nepal. Right? Silk handcrafted. I'm wearing Nepalese shoes. So I do make a conscious effort. But most of us, the awareness is we need a change in the mindset where we say that a conscious effort to promote Nepalese products and services. Ram Bahadur भने एउटा साधारण नेपाली. Alarm clock बज्छ, उठ्छ हैन बिहान, alarm clock निभाउँछ. Alarm clock is made in China. Kitchen मा जान्छ, he pours himself a bowl of cereal, Kellogg's, made in US. Jeans लाउँछ, Levi's. Shirt लाउँछ, बंगलादेशमा बनेको, and goes out on a motorcycle which is made in Japan searching for a job. Whole day he searches for a job, comes back tired, sits on a sofa which is made in Malaysia, pours himself a glass of French wine, puts on a pair of slippers made in Brazil, watches TV which is made in China and wonders why he can't find himself a good paying job in Nepal. So त्यो हो रियालिटी. हामीले चाहिँ फरेन ब्रान्ड्स रुच्ने, नामै नभएको जिनबाउ सिनबाउ भनेको पनि लुगा जुत्ता लाउने, तर नेपाली ब्रान्ड प्रति चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ ध्यानै नजाने र माया नजाग्ने. अब त्यो भइसकेपछि जुत्ता बनाऊ, सामान बनाऊ, चौचौ बनाऊ, कसैले खाँदैन कसैले लाउँदैन भने त्यो इन्डस्ट्रीको कसरी ग्रोथ हुन्छ once that mindset we are able to change and consciously people start using Nepalese products or services र नेपाली उत्पादन सेवा चलाउन सुरु गरेपछि अनि companies the cash flow will be there the companies will grow we can invest more in R&D so त्यो conscious decision has to be made by the masses of Nepal and I would say who are the change makers of Nepal who are the leaders of Nepal
always the youth
young people are not the leaders of the future they are the leaders of today and tomorrow so they have to make that decision because it is their future so त्यो conscious decision हामीले लिनु सक्यौं भने slowly it will grow another thing is the environment रेगिस्तानमा गुलाब फुल्छ किन फुल्दैन क्याक्टस मात्रै आउँछ नि किनभने त्यहाँ इन्भाइरोमेन्टै छैन सो त्यो सोइललाई दुबई पनि त रेगिस्तान थियो नि त अहिले कस्तो छ त्यो सोइललाई नर्चर गर फर्टिलाइज गर डेभलप गर देन यु क्यान ग्रो एनिथिङ देयर सो टु बी मोर सेल्फ रिलायन्ट वी हेभ टु हेभ इन्डस्ट्रिज हियर वी हेभ टु हेभ म्यानुफ्याक्चरिङ हियर वी हेभ टु हेभ ओके वी क्यान डु भ्यालु एडिसन अल्सो भ्यालु एडिसन अल्सो हेल्प्स टु अ लार्ज एक्सटेन्ट तर यहाँ इन्डस्ट्री यहाँ जब क्रिएसन गर्नलाई वातावरण छ हाउ मच इज द कन्ट्रिब्युसन अफ द इन्डस्ट्री हामी भन्छौँ सामान आयात गऱ्यौँ तर के गर्ने त क्यारेट एन्ड स्टिक हो इफ द गभर्मेन्ट पोलिसी इज प्रमोट ट्रेड व्यापारीहरू त त्यसैमा लाग्छ नि फाइदा बढी जहाँ छ त्यहाँ लाग्छ सो इफ यु आर प्रमोटिङ ट्रेड एन्ड यु क्यान मेक मोर मनी इन ट्रेड रादर देन इन्भेस्ट इन अ इन्डस्ट्री पिपल विल गो टुवर्ड्स ट्रेड गिभ मी मोर इन्सेन्टिभ्स टु रन अ इन्डस्ट्री रेगिस्तानमा फर्टिलाइजर हाल पानी हाल भनेको गिभ मी अ इन्डस्ट्रियल स्पेसल इकोनोमिक जोन्स छ गिभ मी अ स्पेस गिभ मी ल्यान्ड along with the land give me the infrastructure to support it the road electricity incentives to run the industry हिमाचलमा के भन्छ सिक्किममा के भन्छ ए औ बा यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा ठुलो उद्योग खोल जग्गा तिमीलाई फ्री छ बिजुली पानी सबै छ 10 वर्षसम्म तिमीले ट्याक्सै तिर्नु पर्दैन सो वेयर इज द्याट इन नेपाल त्यो भएपछि लगानी बढ्छ नि त सो त्यो वातावरण एउटा कुरा हो र दोस्रो माइन्डसेटको पनि कुरा हो यो भयो भने चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ स्लोली we will go towards self-reliance. Slowly, made in Nepal को कदर हुन्छ हाम्रो सामान हाम्रो सेवाको कदर भएपछि उत्पादन क्यापेसिटी क्वालिटी R&D सबै बढ्छ र नेपालमा कन्जम्पसन बढिसकेपछि नेक्स्ट स्टेप देन वी गो आउटसाइड नेपाल एक्सपोर्ट सो द्याट इज अ इकोसिस्टम द्याट वी नीड टु डेभलप स्टार्टिङ हियर इन आवर माइन्डसेट
We love talking about it. We love sharing about it. But implementation को कुरामा आइसकेपछि त्यहाँ फेल खान्छौँ क्या हामी होइन त्यो फेल नखानको लागि मात्र के गर्नुपर्ने हो भन्ने मात्र कुरा हो होइन I want to jump into NYF होइन how was your experience in NYF and when you talk to the youths of NYF होइन of course chapters are all around the country होइन त्यसैभरि chapters रहेका छन् होइन when you talk to the youths what are they looking for?
I think the youth always inspire me. You know, when I see the youth, I'm always, you know, more than, I don't know, me inspiring them, I think is the vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, I love interacting with the youth because they always inspire me. They assure me that the future is bright. Nepal is going places because they're so capable, they have so much energy. But alikata guidance, alikata mentorship panu is necessary. You know, and also it is our responsibility that we develop a system, फेरि सिस्टमकै कुरा आउँछ सिस्टमभित्र गभर्मेन्टको पोलिसिज पनि आउँछ so that they can invest their time, effort to grow their businesses in Nepal and create jobs in Nepal. So त्योतिर हामीले गभर्मेन्टको पनि फ्याक्टर आउँछ वे नीतिगत सुधार चाहिँ विभिन्न ठाउँमा अत्यन्तै जरुरी छ एउटा नीतिगत सुधार त नीतिगत सुधार भन्दा सेक्टोरियली विन विन सिचुएसन हो हेर्नुस् हरेक बिजनेसमा गभर्मेन्ट पार्टनरै छ आयकर तपाईले झन्डैले 28-30% तिर्नुहुन्छ एक तिहाई त्यही पार्टनर भयो जे सामान ल्याए पनि तपाईले कर तिर्नै हुन्छ त्यहाँ आधा भन्दा बढी त गभर्मेन्टलाई पैसै गइराछ सो वी ऑल पार्टनर्स इन प्रोग्रेस एन्ड इट्स अलवेज एउटा चाहिँ जे भन्छ ए गभर्मेन्ट यो भयो त्यो भयो स्टप कम्प्लेनिङ पीपल इन द गभर्मेन्ट आर पीपल लाइक यु एन्ड मी दे आर देयर टु सर्भ द पीपल र आफ्नो क्षेत्रमा आफ्नो विज्ञ हुन्छ नि त अरू क्षेत्र जान्दैन डक्टरलाई इन्जिनियरको काम आउँदैन इन्जिनियरलाई डक्टरको काम आउँदैन सो हाम्रो जिम्मा के हो भने सेक्टोरियली वे वी आर द एक्सपर्ट्स वी गिभ द राइट सजेसन्स टु द गभर्मेन्ट फर इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन अफ दिस पोलिसिज वे इट्स अ विन विन सिचुएसन फेरि हेर्नुहोस् मैले भने आफ्नो विकास आफ्नो व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थको लागि होइन एउटा चाहिँ पुरा सेक्टोरियलको लागि त्यो भयो भने जब क्रिएसन हुन्छ वेल्थ जेनेरेसन हुन्छ इन्भेस्टमेन्ट आउँछ सो त्यो हिसाबले हामीले चाहिँ अगाडि बढ्यो भने चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ समग्र रूपमा एउटा विकासको वातावरण हामीले बनाउन सक्छौँ सो त्योतिर हामीले चाहिँ गभर्मेन्टलाई पनि पार्टनरसिपमा लिएर अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ र यङ पिपल आर डुइङ ग्रेट एन्ड स्टार्टअप्स आर डुइङ ग्रेट अहिले कस्तो भन्छ आई टेल द युथ द्याट यु नो हामी युवा हुँदा मैले काममा आउँदा द्वन्द्वकाल थियो वन हडताल महिनौ हुन्थ्यो
2003-2005 तिर होइन when you jumped in
हो सिन्स 2000 देखि आई स्टार्टेड त्यो ठ्याक्क द्वन्द्वकालको बिचमा थियो आई वान्टेड टु स्टार्ट अप भेरियस इन्डस्ट्रिज भेरियस बिजनेसेस तर वातावरण नै थिएन बन्द हुन्थ्यो इभन आई ट्राभल टु द फ्याक्ट्री वान अफ माई फ्याक्ट्रिज गट बर्न्ड अनदर वान गट
हिमालबाट सुरु गर्नुभयो होइन
ब्लास्टेड हिमालयन spinning mill was put on fire so there were so many security issues so त्यो गरेर धेरै कुरा गर्नु पाएन र त्यो बेला एउटा जेसुकै काम गर्नु पर्ला एउटा इनेबलिङ एन्भाइरोमेन्ट हुनुपर्छ त्यो बेला इनेबलिङ एन्भाइरोमेन्ट पनि थिएन टेक्नोलोजी पनि थिएन अहिले त जुनसुकै क्षेत्रमा विथ द एडभान्समेन्ट्स इन टेक्नोलोजी एज वेल एज विभ कम आउट अफ द्याट सिभिल वार विच इज अ ग्लोबल इक्जाम्पल हेर्नुहोस् कुनै ठाउँमा त सिभिल वार भयो पुरा जेनोसाइडै भयो मान्छे विरोध गर्ने मान्छे सबै मारेपछि त अभियसली पिस हुने भयो हाम्रो त्यस्तो भएको छैन नि हाम्रो त पिसफुली माओवादी आएर बिकम अ मेजर पोलिटिकल फोर्स कन्स्टिट्युन्ट एसेम्ब्ली भयो होइन भएर अब सो इज बिकम ए डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक सो ग्लोबली पनि वी आर वान अफ द सक्सेसेस अ ग्लोबल बेस्ट प्र्याक्टिस अ ग्लोबल इक्जाम्पल नाउ वी आर द पिक अफ एभरेस्ट वी क्लाइम द एभरेस्ट नाउ इट्स अल डाउन हिल सो पोलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी छ इभन इफ द गभर्मेन्ट किप्स चेन्जिङ स्टेबिलिटी त पहिलाभन्दा बढी छ सिक्योरिटी छ प्लस इनेबलिङ इन्भाइरोमेन्ट भन्दा इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज इम्प्रुभिङ वी हेभ टेक्नोलोजी अन आवर साइड नाउ वाट इज यर एक्सक्युज नट टु सक्सिड यु वान्ट टु लर्न एनिथिङ रिच इन टु यर पकेट यु क्यान लर्न इट मोबाइल फोनमा सबै छ एनी स्किल सेट एनी इन्फर्मेसन एनी डेटा द्याट यु निड एक्सेस टु फाइनेन्सको कुराहरू छ स्टार्टअपले त्यो बेला एनवाइएफ सुरु गर्दा वी स्टार्टेड द मेजर वान अफ द कोर प्रिन्सिपल्स वाज मेड इन नेपाल अनदर वाज लबी फर पोलिसी पर्सनल डेभलपमेन्ट लिडरसिप थिँदै थियो र त्यो सँगसँगै हाम्रो चाहिँ के थियो भनेपछि हामीले चाहिँ मेड इन नेपाल सँगसँगै हामीले चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ यो वातावरण चाहिँ कसरी अगाडि बढाउने र स्टार्टअपलाई कसरी प्रमोट गर्ने मेबी वी वर लिल अहेड अफ आवर टाइम बिकज 10 years ब्याक यु हेभ टु गो टु अ ब्याङ्क एन्ड प्रुभ टु द ब्याङ्क द्याट यु डोन्ट निड मनी then you would get money from the bank. Otherwise, you wouldn't get money. Collateral. Yeah. That was a huge firewall. So we started this startup, Nepal Youth Business Foundation, where we used to give collateral to young people. Kehi thito na rahikana. We helped around 100 people, 300 jobs we created, and we started it. 3.5 lakh sama hamle dinte. Tar tyo bela chai maybe it was a little ahead of its time, so it didn't pick off as we thought. Now is the golden टाइम फर स्टार्टअप्स माइक्रो भेन्चर क्यापिटलदेखि लिएर विभिन्न स्टार्टअप्स अहिले त गभर्मेन्टकै 1 अर्बको स्टार्टअप फन्ड आइसकेको छ स्टार्टअप पोलिसी इन द प्रोसेस अफ ड्राफ्टिङ विच वी आर वर्किङ अन इट सो नाउ यु हेभ मनी यु क्यान से द्याट म स्टार्टअप गर्नलाई मसँग चाहिँ पैसै भएन यु क्यान गेट फ्रम बिजनेस एन्जल्स यु क्यान गेट फ्रम द गभर्मेन्ट सो नाउ यु हेभ टेक्नोलोजी यु हेभ मनी यु हेभ द इन्भाइरोमेन्ट सो वाट्स एक्सक्युज नाउ नो एक्सक्युज सो आई थिङ्क वी विल प्रोग्रेस
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time, and we need to fast track the progress.
What are the things that are, if we have to take a pinpoint गर्दाखेरि हुन्छ नि हैन के पर्ला त फर एक्जाम्पल करप्सन इज डेफिनेटली देयर हैन त्यसलाई इराडिकेट गर्ने हो भने अफकोर्स कति देशले सकेका छैनन् हैन अब त्यसलाई कम्प्लिटली इराडिकेट नगरे पनि त्यसलाई चाहिँ कन्ट्रोलमा ल्याउने हो भने के गर्नु पर्ला त
सी वेयरएभर जहाँ चुनौती छ नि त्यहाँ अवसर हुन्छ क्या जस्तै करप्सन एउटा चुनौती हो अवसर के हो भनेपछि डिजिटाइजेसन We've been talking about digitization. We've talking about digital Nepal. And as I said, for digitization and digital Nepal, we have the enabling environment. Enabling environment, IT, technology, ke cha bhane, mobile penetration is more than 110%. Computer, internet ko penetration is around almost
76%.
So that is much higher than the other countries in our region. So that is the enabling environment for digital Nepal and digitization.
You have a company called White Hat as well, I know you're working into this as well.
Yes, we established White Hat. It's a logistic company, it's a digital marketing company. We run various online courses for Facebook optimization, SEO, digital marketing courses we run. So we've started this because we see that this can grow by 3x, 4x, 10x. About coming back to the corruption, why I'm talking about digitization is what we are saying is that you go to the tax office. You go to file your blue books, you go to file your water payment, bijli payment, go to the bank, stand in line for hours. So corruption kahabata aउँछ भनेपछि imagine you're going to a tax office, corruption छ मानौ. For any government office you go or you pay, or not just government offices, all ठाउँमा पनि you go, there's corruption. Face to face transaction हुन्छ, ल यो गरे भने यो गरिदिन्छु, छिटो गरिदिन्छु, यो गरिदिन्छु, corruption हुन्छ. Now imagine everything is online. I don't even need to meet you. Everything is done online. So if you have a faceless tax office, if you can facelessly online do your transaction, it eliminates the contact, and transparency and corruption gets controlled, and efficiency increases. So we have to move towards digitization of all services.
We do have that. We've got fintech companies like F1 Soft trying to create e-sewa, PhonePe, Khaltis, Connect IPS. It is getting there, but
it's getting there, but it's half baked. You know, even in banks, I can file certain even in taxation and banks, I can file certain forms online. But the end process, ल मैले पनि यातायातमै गयो, सबै फाइल गर्यो अनलाइन, तर अल्टिमेटली म लिन जानलाई त्यही पुग्नु पर्यो या अल्टिमेट पेमेन्ट ट्याक्स बुझाउन म ट्याक्स अफिसै पैसा बुझाउनु पर्यो भने त इट डिफिट्स द पर्पस. सो एन्ड टु एन्ड हेज टु बी डिजिटाइज, नट जस्ट हाफ वे थ्रु. अनलाइन मात्रै फर्म भर्यो तर एक्चुली बुझाउन जानलाई आफै जानु पर्यो भने के मतलब भयो. सो वी निड टु ह्याभ, as you said, F1 Soft, Khalti, it's slowly getting there. But end to end, हामीले चाहिँ गर्नु सक्यौं भने then it becomes a completely transparent process.
Have you heard about this thing in China? Chinaमा चाहिँ what they're trying to do is उनीहरूले चाहिँ उनीहरूको करेन्सी नै करेन्सीलाई नै सबै डिजिटल गर्न खोजिरहेछ. Google this up, find this out what I'm talking about. हैन, they are trying to
in India मा पनि अब I think RBI कामबाट they taking out official not about bitcoins and others are private. The government itself is going to take out a currency. So when the government itself takes out a currency, one, it is official. Secondly, it's more efficient and cost effective. Why? भनेपछि you don't need to print. Imagine the money the money you take to print money. You know, so it takes a lot of money to print money. So the cost is saved. त्यति मात्रै हैन, then you can allocate that money depending on the need. You could have a currency just to buy coffee. That's it. You can't use this anywhere else. Another currency for grocery, another currency for automobiles. So everything is in the system and you can control. And it's an official currency. So I think that now we are moving towards that. So
यस्तो कुरामा चाहिँ we love testing things like this, हैन? Is it a digital renminbi यो हैन जसलाई मलाई हो र? Digital currency, electronic pay. No, this is not it. Go back. No.
So India also they've started.
They've started something like this. Find out properly what it is. I know it's the new digital. Just like Facebook was coming out with this thing called Libra. You know, Libra was the thing that Facebook wanted to come out with it some time ago. But I don't know कहाँ पुग्यो त्यो भनेर Facebookले आफ्नै currency निकाल्न खोजेको थियो Libra भनेर चाहिँ हैन. I don't know where it went. But digital is the way. That is the future. You agree with me on this? That is the future, and the sooner everybody gets in the bandwagon, the sooner everybody jumps in this boat, that is the better way out. Just to like again, as a biana bhakhar मैले पढ्दै Amazon's clearly said that you don't have to come. This is China creates exactly something like this. Amazon's clearly said, Google this, double check this. Amazon's clearly said that you don't need to come back to work. At least till 2022, you don't need to come back to work. You can work from home. अहिले आएर चाहिँ नेपालको केसमा कुराकानी गर्नुपर्दाखेरि of course fintech is definitely there. What are the other industries or what are the other businesses that you think should flourish according to you? What do you think like?
So besides digital, I think we are primarily gifted to be one of the most beautiful countries.
Of course.
So of course COVID is there, but like everything, this too shall pass.
True.
So tourism and service. Not just mainstream tourism and service, I'm talking about adventure tourism. Adventure tourism and a unique experience. र पर्सनली मलाई के पनि लाग्छ भने किन हामीले उ गरेको थियो नि tourism year-मा
VNY 2020
हैन 10 लाख 20 लाख मान्छे ल्याउने
टार्गेट राखेको थियो हामीले एउटा
हैन 20 लाख मान्छे नेपालमा ल्याएर यहाँ फोहोर गर्ने हाम्रो रिसोर्सेस कन्ज्युम गर्ने ट्रेकिङ जाँदा पनि त्यति नै उ हुन्छ हैन imagine every time we have huge campaigns generally supported by a lot of bigger multinational companies to clean Everest. To clean our backyard, we need money from outside. Because so many people come, climb Everest and pollute. Just an example.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on this. अहिले चलि नै रहेछ केही साथीहरूको ले गरिरहनु भएको छ अभियान.
So 10 लाख मान्छे आएर $10 लाख आउन सत्ता 1 लाख मान्छे ल्याएर $15 लाख ल्याउन सक्यो भने के हुन्छ? So the spending of tourists, we need to create Nepal as a destination, not as a cheap destination. Because no one has Everest here. No one has Rara Lake. No one has Mustang, Lomanthang, Lumbini, Chitwan National Park. We have natural heritage sites, world natural heritage sites, 2 of them, and almost 4-5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, cultural heritage sites.
Of course.
So no one else has that. No one can compete with that. So why are we selling it at, as you said, limited edition? Niche ho ni ta. Manche herna ta jati pani tirera aउँछ नि. So less people charge more. So त्यो हिसाबले we can earn more money because tourism is something that has tremendous potential. And not just that. So slowly we can get there, but for that we need the infrastructure.
I've been saying this I've been saying this in this podcast since the beginning of this podcast. अब आउने अर्को 25 वर्ष मैले त एउटा 25 वर्षको भनेको छु टुरिज्म फोरफ्रन्टमा एग्री त्यसपछि बल्ल रेमिटेन्स होइन त्यो रेमिटेन्स त अहिले त सबसे माथि नै छ होइन टुरिज्मले ल्याउनको लागि आई लभ यु आइडिया अफ दिस एज वेल रादर देन गोइङ फर मास टुरिज्म गो फर लिमिटेड तर अलिकति स्केल अप द प्राइस होइन तर त्यसको लागि पनि त दिनु त पर्यो नि त हामीले मान्छे कोही आउँछ भने यु हेभ टक्ड अबाउट दिस फर सम मेनी टाइम्स ट्रेकिङ रुट्सहरू पनि बनाइदिनु पर्यो सँगसँगै अलङ द्याट लाइन यु निड टु हेभ स्पेसिफिक जस्तै सो मेनी पिपल आर ट्राइङ टु डु दिस जाने मजाले ट्रेकिङ रुट्स यसरी बनाइदिने कि ट्रेक गर 5 स्टारमा बस्छ
इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर फेसिलिटी
हो होइन अब अहिले आएर अफकोर्स वी लभ ट्रेकिङ तर गएर लास्टमा गएर त्यो एउटा त्यो चर्पी समेत हुँदैन
भुटान you don't need to look far. This is again, as I said, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to improve. Your spoke wheel alloy alloy wheel बनाउन let it run faster. भुटानले त्यत्रो राम्रो काम गरिरहेछ केही सिकौँ. There are so many best practices that we can just implement. You don't need to be Einstein and invent something completely different. Just learn from the global practices. Develop packages. Develop infrastructure. हेर म बाटो बनाऊ भन्छ सबले भन्छ तिमी मोटरसाइकल बेच्छ गाडी बेच्छ बाटो बनाऊ गभर्मेन्टले भन्छ ट्याक्स बढाऊ त्यहाँ चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ यत्रो ट्राफिक जाम भइसक्यो गाडी मोटरसाइकल बढी भयो भन्छ म भन्छु गाडी मोटरसाइकल बढी भएको द भेहिकल ओनरसिप per person population is less than 1%, 0.0% for 4-wheelers and 10 to 12% for 2-wheelers. गाडी मोटरसाइकल बढी भयो होइन बाबा बाटो कम भएको हो र काठमाडौँ भने नेपाल होइन काठमाडौँ हेरेर तपाईँले देशभरको नीति बनाउने होइन काठमाडौँमा च्याप होला ठिक छ काठमाडौँमा एड्रेस गर्न केही टेक करेक्टिभ मेजर्स तर काठमाडौँ बाहिर त ट्राफिक जाम छैन सो हाउ क्यान यु मेक नेसनल पोलिसिज जस्ट लुकिङ एट फ्यु स्पेसिफिक अर्बन एरियाज अर द क्यापिटल्स अफ विभिन्न प्रदेशहरूको अहिले त प्रदेश डिसेन्ट्रलाइज पनि भइसकेको छ सो वी हेभ टु टेक द्याट अप्रोच एन्ड डेभलप इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर रोड्स ब्रिजेस रोड्स भनेको टुरिज्मको लागि सामान ओसार पसार गर्नलाई हेल्थ क्राइसिस हुँदा हाम्रो बाटै छैन भने कसरी हुन्छ सो रोड्स आर द लाइफ लाइन अफ द कन्ट्री सो रोड इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर एयरपोर्ट्स यो विकास भइसकेपछि and then we can start, as you said, instead of $100, $200, $300 for tourists to come in, enjoy the facilities, but in a controlled environment. Global warming is creating havoc. It
is creating havoc. Before you jump into this, my friend's company does Everest skydive. मलाई कस्तो मनपर्छ कि यो कन्सेप्ट उसको होइन एभरेस्ट स्काइडाइभ माउन्ट एभरेस्टबाट पनि हुन्छ होइन अनि त्यसपछि गएर पोखरामा पनि हुन्छ होइन सो उसले हरेकलाई केटर गर्छ कि एडभेन्चर टुरिज्मको हिसाबले कुरा गर्नुपर्दाखेरि देयर इज नथिङ better than being near Mount Everest. That is the highest adventure that you can get in your life. That is the most amount of thrill that you can seek. Exactly. At that altitude, you're seconds away from just going. So when they do it, they've catered to Pokhara. It's called Everest Skydive. They've catered to Pokhara. They've catered to Everest as well. There you go. That's what we do. It's one thing to skydive, but it's quite another to do that in the sky of Everest. Exactly. This is what you can do in Nepal. So कतिलाई यो थाहा नै छैन के हैन सो यस्तो कुराहरुमा चाहिँ एडभेन्चर टुरिज्मको हिसाबले पनि there are so many things that I'm sure we can definitely go ahead and address and do as well. भनौँ न I'll give you an example. अस्ति बिहान भर्खर we were sitting and talking about it. Do motorcycle trips.
Dakar rally.
Exactly.
Why can't we have something similar to Dakar rally in Nepal? where we start off, Lomantang, Jomsom.
Exactly.
Where will you get that environment?
Nowhere in the world.
And who will come? All the top riders of the world will come. We can market this event to everyone. I mean, this is something that we are already thinking about, But now, to get these people, the logistics, the marketing, it's going to be a global event. That level, the experience that you have is unparalleled.
No.
So like a Dakar rally in Nepal, a global event. So त्यसलाई गर्नलाई Nepal Tourism Board, private entrepreneurs, everyone needs to jump on that bandwagon and make it happen. You need the support of the government, of local society, locality, because there will be development there. But then, at the same time, preserving the environment, right? Not polluting the environment. And then promote that event globally. So motorcycling, adventure tourism, I see last resort, one of the highest bungee jumps. There's so many other bungee jumps because I jumped off once and then I had a problem with my eye, so I stopped.
You stopped it, Ora? What happened?
So my retina was a little weak, so it peeled off. I jumped from last resort.
Hey, Ora, that happened. I jumped off from, I didn't do it in Nepal, त्यतिखेर थिएन नेपालमा skydive. I jumped off from 15,000 feet somewhere in San Francisco. मेरो कानबाट चाहिँ ब्लिडिङ भएको थियो. सो त्यो हुँदो रहेछ त्यस्तोहरू केही न केही हुँदो रहेछ.
But it was amazing experience. And now you have an even bigger one coming up.
It's already there. It's called the cliff. Look out for the cliff on Pokhara.
The swing and so it's crazy. I mean, you can do crazy things in Nepal, But of course, you need quality tourists. Charge them, but give them the best experience. Safety-wise, experience-wise, and nature, we already have the best.
Before we jump into the other thing, COVID has really screwed the whole tourism economy. I was in Pokhara and I was looking at lakeside. It's garo sa. Hotel industry like the kati garo sa अहिले आएर हुन्छ नि हैन यस्तो बेलामा चाहिँ गएर चाहिँ त्यो future plans हरू बन्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई हैन but nobody sits and talks about it. Open the cliff. Nobody sits and talks about it. के भन्छ नि र त्यो भइराको कुरा probably हामीले नदेखा पनि at least मैले नदेखा पनि हुन सक्ला हैन भइरा होला कति काम हैन यो क्लिफको हैन क्लिफ भन्ने नयाँ खुलेछ यतापट्टि उ त्यो swing open that swing any swing. Yeah, this is the new one.
Yeah,
this
on
is
the way
new
to Pokhara.
The Cliff Nepal भनेर माथि छ full video भनेर छ नि go on the left.
I mean, people are doing it. As you said,
Kusma, there you go, yeah.
This is zero period
त्यसको
Bansoni.
left. Oh.
Imagine things were going normally and you need to set up a resort, a tourist facility or a 5-star hotel. 2 years you're losing time, right?
You've lost 2 years of your life.
Yeah. So, and then, but now you have 2 years. COVID is going to pass. Vaccination.
100%.
So when it passes, if you are investing within this time, you're ready when the market opens. So that's another way to look at it. All your construction, all your back work, all your preparations, all your realignments. Okay, it could be a little different than the normal because post-COVID things are going to change. But accordingly, if you can provide a safe environment, a safe resort, activities that can cater to people, keeping in view the virus, the health issues, you can do well, right?
We have to live with COVID. Sorry. On a serious note, I know I've been reporting on COVID for the past almost 1.5 years. 1.5 years ago. And from the day COVID started, I've been reporting on COVID. From the radio station where I work. COVID is going to stay. We have to learn how to live with it. The sooner or later. You're saying, it's always stuck with me. I don't know how you're going to perceive this, but you're saying people who have everything or who have things, who have the capabilities, COVID ko dar chha garibलाई lockdown ko dar chha so lockdown's not the only solution just I don't know, a lot of people are going to sit and differ with me on this. Lockdown's not the only solution. You cannot tell people to just lock themselves up and that's it. या त हामी धनी देश जस्तो हुनु पर्यो जहाँ चाहिँ गएर चाहिँ के अरे मन्थली चेक दिने अथवा मान्छेको घरमा गएर खाना पुर्याइदिने हैन त्यो क्षमता त हाम्रो छैन त्यो देखिहाल्यो हामीले हैन सो एट लिस्ट मान्छेलाई हरेक व्यक्तिलाई आफ्नो घरको टेबलसम्म आफ्नो परिवारसम्म खाना पुर्याउने त्यो बौका र वातावरण त बनाइदिनु पर्यो नि त हैन र
एक्ज्याक्टली
हैन यही कुरा चाहिँ अब कोभिड post COVID अथवा अहिले जसरी हामी बाँचिरहेका छौँ हैन अथवा we talking about third wave, we're talking about so many different things हैन what should happen according to you? What should happen?
I think for me it's vaccination. That's it. There is no other alternative. We have to get people vaccinated, the entire population. Israel, for example, Israel must have spent, I don't know the exact figures, but we said they spent $1 billion on procuring vaccines for the entire population. And the government said, yeah, I'm spending $1 billion to vaccinate my entire population. But with this $1 billion, once my entire population is vaccinated, that's it. I'm going to save $4-5 billion. The losses that I'm going to have from actually having a lockdown. Because imagine an entire country is vaccinated.
Bhutan's vaccinated.
They're giving us vaccines.
Exactly, they're giving us vaccines.
Thank you, Bhutan. I mean,
Israel is 788 million.
Million?
Yeah.
मात्र होइन होला 788 मिलियनलाई चाहिँ भ्याक्सिनेट गरेको रहेछ होइन पैसा कति खर्च गरेको रहेछ फाइन्ड द्याट आउट आइम सरी यु वर सेइङ
the entire effort of the government, the entire resources of the government should be directed towards vaccination. Because the moment you are vaccinated, it's like you'll get COVID, but the probability of you dying from COVID becomes much lesser than from others.
Way less.
And then we can get back to work. We can open the country. Because we need to work. If we don't work, धनी त के अब यो थर्ड लकडाउन भयो भने धनी सनी पनि सबै जान्छ कतिचोटि लकडाउन हुने we have huge loans to pay.
Of course.
Tourism needs to get back. So vaccination is the only way forward. We have to get it vaccinated. We have to get whatever vaccines we can and start. I know we already have a lot of vaccinations. Vaccination मात्रै भएर पनि भएन. त्यसलाई चाहिँ डाउन द लाइन चाहिँ हामीले जिल्ला जिल्लामा गाउँ गाउँमा त्यसलाई डिस्ट्रिब्युसन गरेर भ्याक्सिनेट गर्ने चाहिँ सुरु गर्न चाहिँ द्याट आई फिल इज द
मनाङ एन्ड मुस्ताङ दुईवटा जिल्ला चाहिँ कम्प्लिटली भ्याक्सिनेट भइसकेका रहेछन् होइन खोलिदिने यसलाई चाहिँ कसरी टुरिज्मलाई फिर्ता ल्याउन सकिन्छ भनेर त्यसमा पनि वर्कआउट गर्न आइम स्योर सकिन्छ होला जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ द्याट्स माई पर्सनल ओपिनियन होइन अब इट टोटली डिपेन्ड्स अन गाउँपालिकामै
स्यान्डबक्स फुकेट आई मिन व्हाट अ ब्रिलियन्ट कन्सेप्ट
शेयर दिस विथ एभ्रीबडी
होइन स्यान्डबक्स भनेर फुकेटमा वाट देव डन इज they're planning to open Phuket. They vaccinated everyone.
Yeah.
So they said, come. When you come to Phuket, you need to quarantine. But though Phuket is open, you go to the beach.
Yeah.
So within Phuket, if you can quarantine, the whole country is going. I mean, the whole world wants to go there.
True. Israelमा 788 million चाहिँ स्पेन्ड गरेको रहेछ almost $1 billion भनौँ न होइन you're right on that. Phuket थाइल्यान्डले चाहिँ के गर्दै थियो भने त्यतिखेर from just adding to what you said होइन Thailand.
So that's vision. Imagine the government of Phuket, the mayor there, he's saying that I'm going to get everyone vaccinated and I'm going to open this destination. My whole city of Phuket relies on tourism. And people can come and then the whole thing is a quarantine, it's a bubble, right? So then and then 14 days you stay, and then from there you travel to the other parts of the country.
Other parts of Thailand.
Similarly, we can think of something, that can help the economy move forward. But first, the safety of the citizens is a priority. Ani tesma, there is no other way than vaccination.
Sustainability. Let's dive into that. World is jumping into by 2035. Europe wants to move out from gasoline cars. 2035. Sagi testै कति छ 2035 जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई. Europe is done with gasoline cars. Electric is the future. Do you believe in this?
I wouldn't say electric. I would say alternate energy vehicles. You have a phone, right?
Yeah.
Which phone do you use?
I use Samsung and iPhone. I got Android and iPhone both.
5G छ नि हाम्रो फोनमा है.
छ.
5G is compatible. नेपालमा 5G छ?
छैन.
So it's the same condition with electric vehicles. The government came out with a policy 2 years back. Suddenly they felt something was wrong, only luxury. They again increased it from 10% to 100%.
Yeah.
And then this budget again they came and said 10, 20, 30, 40% सम्म गरेर वर्गीकरण गरेको छ ब्याट्रीको क्यापेसिटी. नाउ मैले 5G को किन भन्यो भने मेरो फोनमा पनि 5G छ. भर्खर LTE चल्यो, I was happy. तर 5G doesn't work here because the infrastructure doesn't support. The mobile telecom companies don't have 5G.
Yet.
So I have the latest product, but it doesn't work because त्यो technology आएको छैन. EV is the same thing. We have 1% duty on commercial vehicles and 10 to 40% on passenger vehicles.
Okay.
How many electric vehicles do you see on the road?
Barely any.
Why? Because there is no infrastructure to support it. If I have an electric vehicle and I want to go, if I'm going around Kathmandu, I'm charging at home, it's fine. But I want to go outside of Kathmandu. गाडीमा पेट्रोल चाहिने या डिजल चाहिने जस्तो इलेक्ट्रिक गाडीमा चार्जिङ स्टेसन चाहियो पेट्रोल स्टेसन भने त्यसको लागि फास्ट चार्जिङ स्टेसन हो या चार्जिङ स्टेसन छैन इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर अब म काठमाडौँ बाहिर गएँ पोखरा गएँ जोमसोम गएँ भने मेरो गाडी कहाँ चार्ज गर्ने पेट्रोलै छैन म त अड्किन्छ नि त्यहाँ सो only within urban centers you can use. त्यो भएर EV becomes, I'm not talking about globally. Globally, they're investing in the infrastructure. So what happens is that now the choice for an EV becomes only for the elite, where an electric vehicle is a statement or a prestige, and it is your secondary or a tertiary car. मलाई त tertiary हो छोरा छ छोरी छ श्रीमती छ everyone's working my second car सम्म पनि third car सम्म पनि it's petrol and diesel only my fourth car third or fourth car will be electric because I use it around town and I don't need it छोरा पोखरा जानु पर्यो भन्छ इलेक्ट्रिक गाडी पठाउने अड्किन्छ नि त so the infrastructure is not there so whenever I mean this is just an example whenever we have any policy it's good future foresight is there तर तयारी त हुनु पर्यो नि त्यसलाई कार्यान्वयनमा ल्याउन I always call it, you know, our policies are like toothless paper tigers. वाह 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 क्या राम्रो तर कागजबाट कार्यान्वयनमा ल्याउन चाहिँ हामी चुक्छौँ But anyway, this is a commendable effort. EVs is the way. EVs, or I would say alternate energy vehicles, clean energy vehicles. Now we need to work on developing the infrastructure. Infrastructure develop गर्नु पर्यो चार्जिङ स्टेसन्सको मात्रा बढाउनु पर्यो देशभरि चार्जिङ स्टेसन हुनु पर्यो र त्यो सँगसँगै मेरो कन्सर्न अर्को के हो भने आर दे रियली कन्जर्भिङ द इन्भाइरोमेन्ट वाट ह्यापन्स इफ यु डोन्ट ह्याभ ब्याट्री रिसाइक्लिङ प्लान्ट्स इन नेपाल lithium ion batteries could create more damage to the environment if it's not properly disposed than internal combustion engines. So त्यो पनि त हामीले विचार गर्नु पर्यो Another thing is the safety.
Hold on, let's talk about this. Recycle के हुन्छ नेपालमा by the way? I really don't know this at all. Do you know anything on this? How do we recycle our waste when it comes to specific
Nepalian
waste?
Climate Initiative भनेर we had one where we used to send a lot of recycling bottles to India. We used to collect all the
You're a member or co-founder of this?
I'm on the board of directors. So we had a project where we wanted to recycle zero carbon Nepal bhanera we wanted to recycle. So we used to collect. We had a team to collect all the PET bottles of Pepsi, Coke, package it into crates, compress it, and send it to India for recycling.
हाम्रोमा रिसाइक्लिङ छैन जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई आई थिङ्क हामीले विदेशै पठाउनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई
So till that time and there was an initiative I'm not sure what happened after that because यही गर्ने भनेर पनि कुरा भएको थियो तर त्यही क्षमता अनुसार हामीले Himalayan Climate Initiative this is our we took a space and we started so recycling battery recycling त्यो पनि ध्यान दिनु पर्यो so environment त्यहाँबाट बच्छ हैन it's not just EV ल्यायो end to end हुनु पर्यो नि फेरि त्यही कुरा हो नि त if you can recycle we send it outside that's fine so value addition यहाँ हुँदैन
so example we of course हामीसँग त्यो resources पनि छैन अघि नैको कुरामा जोड्छु यसलाई R&D गर्ने resources पनि छैन हामीसँग like I said earlier we've got the lion in one side we've got the dragon in one side हैन उताबाट भइहाल्छ इम्पोर्ट गर्ने अनि त्यसपछि जे युज गर्न मिल्दैन त्यो फेरि फिर्ता पठाइदिने त्यो पनि त गर्न सकिएला नि
सकिन्छ तर के हो भने we can and we have to now we don't have a choice if you don't have the infrastructure here we'll have to send it or have a policy where the batteries go and get recycled because there is some value in that there is a business model in that there is a revenue earning in that so why do you want revenue earning मा कस्तो हुन्छ भने कृषिको कुरा आयो सम्भावना केमा छ भन्ने थियो सर्भिस टुरिज्म सँगसँगै कृषि क्षेत्रमा ठूलो सम्भावना हो हजुर 150 किलोमिटर्स फ्रम नर्थ टु साउथ नर्थ चाइना इन्डिया साउथ we have 5 eco zones in Nepal त्यो 5 eco zones ma we can grow any damn thing we want to we are blessed with that तर problem के हुन्छ भने we need to now as you said India China big markets what are we going to compete with so we have to be wise in what we compete with we cannot compete in terms of quantity no matter what we say quantity ma हामी सक्दैनौं because यत्रो फ्याक्ट्रीहरु जनसंख्या scales are there volume ma with India and China we don't have that but instead of quantitative we need to take the qualitative approach focus on quality focus on niche products high value products tourism को कुरा आयो handicrafts को कुरा आउँछ हाम्रो carpets को कुरा आउँछ हाम्रो ढाका लोक्ता पेपरको कुरा आउँछ, यार्चा गुम्बाको कुरा आउँछ, मेडिसिनल हर्ब्स एन्ड प्लान्ट्सको कुरा आउँछ, हाई भ्याल्यू एग्रिकल्चरको कुरा आउँछ र भ्याल्यू एडिसन यहीँ गर्ने पनि कुरा आउँछ। जस्तो कार्डमन फर इक्जाम्पल, यहाँ के हुन्छ भने इलाइची हाम्रो ठुलो फार्मिङ हुन्छ, हाई भ्याल्यू एग्रिकल्चर प्रडक्ट। तर कार्डमन हामीले चाहिँ इन्डिया एक्सपोर्ट गर्छौँ, मानौँ 1000 रुपियाँ केजीमा हामी एक्सपोर्ट गर्छौँ जस्ट फर इक्जाम्पल। इन्डियाको ट्रेडरले 1000 रुपियाँ केजीको किन्छ, हि sorts it size wise, processes it, packages, and sells it for 3,000 rupees. 3 times the value. We are losing that opportunity. Even if you recycle EVs, send the batteries, we are losing that opportunity. So value addition Nepal mai kasari ल्याउने त्यो चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ, that is another way where we can decrease the gap of reliance with others, trade deficit घटाउने त्यो पनि एउटा बाटो हो।
I was reading about it, I don't know how true this is, होइन हजुरले पनि सोच्नु भएको थियो, Honda was thinking about creating a plant here, होइन?
We're still in the process. But अलिकति हाम्रो process long हुन्छ, किनभने I mean Honda is very particular. Even the water, they take it to Japan and test it to see that if you wash it with the water here. So when we started the car factory, I remember that we had to send a sample of the water to see the ammonia content, so that if you wash it with the water here, will the cars be damaged? So we have to live up to that global standards, but it's in process. But why it hasn't happened sooner is that, again, carrot and stick. What are the rewards? What are the benefits? Okay, I'll open a factory, I'll buy a big piece of land, I'll employ 300 people, I'll open. But what are the benefits? While trading, I don't need to invest in land, I don't have 300 people, I don't have the infrastructure, equipments, I don't need to invest, zero investment. I'm getting my returns by certain margins. But once I set up the factory, if I'm earning 10 rupees from the factory, I should be able to earn 15, 20 rupees. Then I'll invest, right?
Of course.
But I employ 300 people, I create an ecosystem, backward integration, पछि आएर मोटरसाइकल मात्रै किन assemble? Small plastic parts we can start making. कार्बोरेटर नबनाए पनि कार्बोरेटरको पिन बनाउन सक्ला नेपालमै, अनि त्यो इन्टिग्रेट गर्दै मैले चाहिँ आफ्नो क्यापेसिटी भ्यालु एडिसन यहाँ गर्ने हो। तर the benefit of assembly in Nepal is so marginal that currently it doesn't make sense. I'm hoping that
in the
the
future
government will increase. So त्यो हिसाबले foresight नेपालमा अब you don't know, but you know, it's just being hopeful. So,
possibilities are endless. Hopeful बस्नु पर्यो।
So त्यो भएर चाहिँ we are going, we are planning.
Marvel DC बाहेक what else are you gonna focus on? Like Marvel DC को नि authorized distribution को पनि कुरा पढ्दै थिएँ मैले, हैन? You want to talk about this?
Authorized distribution, हैन? We are trying to get the official merchandise.
Merchandise.
The market is very small. So we want to get some official merchandise and cater to the people that come to SJ Moto, so they can buy officially merchandised certain products.
Helmets पनि छ नि हैन हाम्रो?
We sell shark
helmets. And what else is coming? Anything that you're working on currently down the road?
A lot of things are coming. We are looking at extending our FMCG product lineup, local manufacturing here itself. We are looking at
what's coming. FMCG मा चाहिँ anything specific that you're working on?
Ice cream.
That's Baskin Robbins छँदैछ हैन? Thanks for that.
Baskin Robbins is a foreign brand. It's a premium brand, so we will continue that. We have another brand called TBC, vegan, 50% less fat, sugar free. But फेरि त्यही कुरा आउँछ, अब बाहिरको ब्रान्ड त छ, नेपाली ब्रान्ड खोइ त. So we are exploring the potential for the ice cream market where we can have a premium Nepalese ice cream brand. So that is interesting.
Exciting. Nice.
Digital front, we are looking at digital media, online consultations, online learnings, digital marketing. Automobiles, we are looking at the possibility of assemblies. So a lot of things are happening.
I'm super excited, and again, you are our Tony Stark, right? So thank you very much for coming over there, and it's a pleasure to have you. And again, new things that you do. Again, it's going to be a pleasure to have you again and again on the podcast.
Great. Thanks for having me, Sanjay. And I keep doing what you're doing. It's great.
Thank you, sir.
We're discussing a lot of issues. People have been making people aware, inspiring people. So great to be here, Sanjay.
Thank you very much. Everybody, you should follow SJ Moto. Forget about my podcast. Watch Saurabh's content. Here we go. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.